Hey, so we are going to talk to you about the rhetorical triangle. So this is just going to be a little introduction to the rhetorical triangle and the rhetorical situation. So for your afternoon work, you're going to be completing the activity of the rhetorical analysis for the sinners in the hands of an angry God. This lesson falls in week 2 of the first 9 weeks, and it falls very quickly in the curriculum because it's very significant that your students understand the rhetorical triangle and rhetorical situations in order to write effectively. So we are going to just talk to you a little bit about the triangle before you start working on the lesson so that you make certain that you understand this completely.
Perfect. We have 3 scenarios written on note cards here, and this is actually taken from a pre-activity that students will do at the very beginning of the rhetorical analysis lesson. At that point, they have not yet seen this triangle, but they're pretty good scenarios to demonstrate the relationships among the 3 points of the triangle. So that's what we're going to use them for today. And I think we're just going to pick this second one. And I know this is hard to see, but it says a teenager asks parents or guardians for a later curfew. So our first step is to identify the 3 points of the triangle. In this scenario, the speaker is going to be a teenager, and his audience is going to be his parents or guardian. And then the message is the request for a later curfew. A lot of the purpose of the triangle it kind of rests with the speaker analyzing the situation so that he or she can deliver the most effective message through an understanding of ideas that the audience might already have, both about the message and about the speaker himself. For this scenario, the teenager probably already knows quite a great deal about his parents. I would say.
I hope so.
I think so. And so we'll start with what the teenager knows about the parents. Maybe the parents want to keep him safe. Their primary motivation is going to be to protect him. Maybe they don't think that he's quite mature enough to stay out too late at night yet.
And so obviously what we want you to remember is that is going to affect the tone of how the speaker relates to the audience. So if you have strict parents or if you have soft parents, it determines how this teenager is going to respond to the audience. So keep that in mind. That's something that you want to make very clear to your students.
Exactly. And also the way that the 2 different groups are going to regard this message. Obviously, the request for later curfew is something the teenager wants pretty badly, but probably not something the parents are eager to grant. And so he's already got kind of an obstacle in place as he prepares his argument, and he's going to have to think about the values of his audience as he develops the points to try to win them over to his message.
So keep in mind that this pre-activity is something that can make this rhetorical triangle very relevant and relatable to your students so that when they get into a daunting text such as Sinners in the Hands of an Angry God, they're more apt to understand. So again, the pre-activity gives you these scenarios. And there are quite a few more, but these are just the 3 that we have chosen just to present to you guys for this introduction. But this is found in the teacher notes for this lesson, and that is going to be available to you in Canvas. So you don't have to come up with this on your own. We've already done that for you in Canvas. And the notes say that you could put students into groups to do this, but you could also do this whole class. Whatever you think would be best for your students is how you could model this lesson for them.
Absolutely. We hope this is helpful. We'll definitely be revisiting this triangle as we work through the rhetorical analysis lesson in just a little bit.